Down there in the permanent darkness, something is hunting. It has no eyes, it has never seen sunlight, and it has been alive for over 400 years. This is not science fiction. This is the deep ocean, and the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Most people think the deep ocean is empty, a barren wasteland of mud and darkness. They are wrong. The deep ocean is the largest habitat on Earth. It covers 60% of the planet, and it is full of life so alien that if you saw it in a movie, you would assume it was CGI. But every creature I am about to show you is real, and most of them have never been seen by human eyes until the last few decades. Let me take you down there, not to the beach, not to the reef, to the abyss, 3,000 meters below the surface. The pressure here is over 300 times what you are feeling right now. The temperature is just above freezing, and there is no light. None, zero. The last photon of sunlight was absorbed around 1,000 meters up. From this point downward, the ocean exists in eternal night. So how does anything survive here? The answer is one of the most disturbing strategies in nature, bioluminescence. Nearly every creature in the deep ocean produces its own light. Not to see, there is nothing to see. They produce light to hunt. The anglerfish is the most famous example. That glowing lure hanging from its forehead is not a decoration. It is a fishing rod made of flesh and bacteria. In the absolute darkness, that tiny blue-green light looks exactly like a small prey animal. Curious fish approach. And then the jaws open. The anglerfish has a stomach that can expand to swallow prey larger than its own body. It has teeth that angle inward toward the throat. Once something enters that mouth, it does not come back out. But the anglerfish has something even stranger than its hunting strategy. It has the most disturbing mating ritual in the animal kingdom. The male anglerfish is tiny, sometimes 10 times smaller than the female. He has no lure, no hunting ability. He is born with one purpose, find a female, and when he does, he bites into her skin and never lets go. His body begins to dissolve, his eyes disappear. His internal organs atrophy. He fuses with her circulatory system. He becomes nothing but a pair of testes permanently attached to her side. The female can carry multiple males at once. 6, 8, sometimes more. Just small lumps on her body, each one a male that gave up everything to reproduce. Love in the deep sea is not romance, it is absorption. But the deep ocean is not just about individual creatures. It contains entire ecosystems that should not exist. 1977, scientists made a discovery that rewrote every biology textbook on Earth. They found hydrothermal vents, cracks in the ocean floor where superheated water loaded with toxic minerals spews out at over 400 degrees Celsius. The water is acidic. It is loaded with hydrogen sulfide, a chemical that kills almost every known organism. And yet around these vents, life was exploding. Giant tube worms 2 meters long, bright red at the tips, cluster around the vents by the thousands. They have no mouth, no stomach, no digestive system at all. They survive because of bacteria living inside them that convert the toxic chemicals from the vents into energy. This process is called chemosynthesis, and it fundamentally changed how we understand life. Before 1977, every scientist on Earth believed that all life depends on the sun. Plants photosynthesize, animals eat plants. The entire food chain traces back to sunlight. Hydrothermal vents proved that this is wrong. There is a second way. Life can run on chemicals from the Earth's interior. It does not need the sun at all. This discovery had implications far beyond the ocean floor. If life can thrive in total darkness, feeding on chemicals from a planet's interior, then places like Europa, the frozen moon of Jupiter with its subsurface ocean, suddenly become plausible candidates for extraterrestrial life. The discovery of hydrothermal vents did not just rewrite biology. It rewrote the search for alien life. We are no longer limited to looking for planets in the habitable zone of stars. Life could exist in the dark oceans of moons orbiting gas giants. Life could exist in places we never thought to look. But there is something even stranger than hydrothermal vents, something that was only discovered in the last 20 years. Brine pools, lakes on the ocean floor, not metaphorical lakes. Actual lakes of extremely salty water, so dense that they do not mix with the seawater above them. They sit on the seafloor like pools of mercury with their own shorelines and their own waves. If a fish swims into a brine pool, it dies instantly. The salinity is so high it is toxic to almost all life. And yet, on the edges of these pools, unique ecosystems have evolved. Mussels and tube worms that survive nowhere else. Creatures adapted to a chemistry that would kill anything from the surface. The brine pools look like something from an alien planet, and in a way they are. They are a window into what life might look like on other worlds. Worlds with oceans of methane instead of water. Worlds where the chemistry is so different from Earth that we would not recognize life if we saw it. Deep ocean is not just a window into our planet's past. It is a window into the possibilities of life itself. Then there is gigantism. Deep-sea gigantism. the tendency for creatures in the abyss to grow to enormous sizes. Giant isopods, relatives of the pill bugs in your garden, grow to the size of footballs. Japanese spider crabs have leg spans of over 4 meters. The colossal squid has eyes the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, and scientists still do not fully understand why. One theory is temperature. In the cold, metabolism slows down, creatures live longer, and if you live longer you have more time to grow. Some deep-sea creatures may live for centuries. The Greenland shark, which inhabits deep cold waters, can live for over 400 years. There are Greenland sharks alive today that were swimming in the ocean when the Mayflower arrived in America, when the Ming Dynasty ruled China, when Gutenberg invented the printing press. They have been alive for all of human modernity, and they are still down there, still swimming, still hunting, in the darkness. Another theory is food scarcity. In the deep ocean, food is rare. A dead whale sinking to the seafloor is a once-in-a-lifetime event for most deep-sea creatures. When food does arrive, being bigger gives you an advantage. A larger mouth can consume more. A larger body can store more energy. In an environment where you might not eat again for months, size is survival. But the most haunting theory about deep-sea gigantism is also the simplest. Down there in the cold and the dark, there is simply no reason to stop growing. On the surface, gravity limits size. Predators keep populations in check. Seasons impose cycles of feast and famine. In the abyss, none of these constraints apply. The water supports your weight. Predators are few. The temperature is constant. The only limit is time. Given enough time, how big could something get? We do not know the answer, because we have explored so little of the deep ocean that there could be creatures down there we have never seen. Creatures that have been growing for centuries. Creatures that are still growing. The ocean is not a silent world. It is a symphony. Whales sing across entire ocean basins. Their songs can travel for thousands of kilometers. A blue whale's call can be detected on the other side of the planet. Dolphins have signature whistles. Names, they call each other by name. Sperm whales hunt with sound, using the loudest biological sonar on Earth. A sperm whale's click can reach 230 decibels. That is louder than a jet engine at takeoff. If you were in the water next to a clicking sperm whale, the sound would not just deafen you, it would kill you. The pressure wave would vibrate your body apart at the cellular level. And then there are the sounds we cannot explain. In 1997, hydrophones in the Pacific Ocean picked up an ultra-low frequency noise that was detected by sensors over 5,000 kilometers apart. They called it the Bloop. For years, its source was unknown. Some speculated it was a giant, undiscovered creature. NOAA eventually concluded it was an icequake, the sound of a massive iceberg cracking off Antarctica. But not everyone is convinced. The deep ocean still makes sounds we cannot identify. And as long as that remains true, the mystery of what might be down there endures. The oceans are the reason Earth is habitable. They absorb 30% of our carbon dioxide emissions. They have absorbed over 90% of the excess heat from global warming. Without the deep ocean acting as a massive heat sink, the surface of the planet would be several degrees warmer than it is. The deep ocean is buying us time, but it is paying a price. Deep-sea corals, some of which are over 4,000 years old, are bleaching and dying. The oldest living organisms on Earth are being killed by changes happening on the surface far above them. We are altering the deep ocean before we have even finished exploring it. We are land creatures. We evolved on the savannah under an open sky. The ocean is alien to us, dangerous, inhospitable, but it is also our origin. Life on Earth began in the ocean over 3.5 billion years ago. Every cell in your body carries the chemical signature of that ancient sea. The salt in your blood matches the salinity of the primordial ocean. You carry the ocean inside you. And somewhere in the permanent darkness, where the pressure would crush you instantly and the cold would stop your heart, the creatures that share this planet with us are still down there. Still swimming, still hunting, still growing, and we have only just begun to understand them.